Hey guys, Adam here with AmericanMuscle.com. Today we're taking a look at and installing the Raxiom dual halo LED taillights fitting all 2013 to 2014 Mustangs. Now, if you're the owner of that late S197, you might be looking to differentiate your own Mustang from all of the other S197s on the road. Now these taillights, I know right off the bat, are not going to be for everybody. These are for the guys out there looking to stray as far away as possible from the factory tri-bar lights that some guys out there might consider iconic, but also some guys might consider them a little played out. There's a ton of Mustangs on the road from this generation, so if you're looking to be completely different from the pack, this is definitely the way to go. I haven't seen a set of taillights like this that are as far away from the factory tri-bars as these are. Now, these give you that protruding 3D styling, somewhat of a supercar-inspired look, which we'll actually be able to take a closer look at sitting next to the factory lights in just a little bit on our table. Now, right off the bat, these are for the guys looking to spend a little over 500 bucks, right around that price point, which, in my opinion, isn't too bad for taillights that are so state-of-the-art. These have really high-quality LEDs built into them, they work with your sequential harness, and they're really, really simple to install. There's a plug-and-play harness on the back, which means all you have to do is unplug your factory lights and unbolt them, and these will plug right into that factory harness in the vehicle. They're extremely easy, 1 out of 3 wrenches on our difficulty meter to install, and I'm going to walk you through that process in just a second. Now, a couple of things I want to point out here. These are the clear LED red versions, which means they do not have a smoked lens on the housing. Now, it does give you a blacked out look on the outside with a gloss black finish, but the lenses themselves are clear. So if you're looking for the smoked version, this is not them, but they are offered in a smoked lens as well for the guys looking to be a little more stealthy. These are a lot more red, and looking at them in person, they are pretty bright. They look a little bit brighter than the factory red on your stock taillights. So if you're looking to stray really far away from that, these are a good way to go for just about 500 bucks. Without further ado, let's look at the install and see how it gets done. Tools needed for this install are a panel removal tool or a flathead screwdriver, ratchet, 11mm deep socket. So the first thing we need to do in order to uninstall our factory taillights is to pop open our trunk and remove the trim panel behind our factory taillights. Now you're going to need a ratchet, 11mm socket, and a panel removal tool or a flathead screwdriver if you don't have one. So first things first, let's pop this open, remove our trim panel, and then access our bolts. Now to access the bolts holding on our taillights from behind in our trunk, we're going to have to remove this trim panel here. Now, we've done a little work to our Mustang here. It is supercharged, so we've got a JMS Power Max here on the side. We've already removed the clips on this, so if you have a panel removal tool, you'll just pop out the push pin clips on each side. There's 2 on each and then 2 on the bottom here. Now, since we already have ours removed, all I'm going to do is pull up on our bottom trunk liner and pop this right out of place. That'll give us access to the 3 bolts holding on the back of our taillights. There's 1 closest to the inside of the deck lid panel, and then 2 underneath of this trunk liner. So I'm going to grab my ratchet and 11mm socket and loosen up and remove these bolts. To access the other 2 bolts, you'll peel back your trunk liner here on the right side or the left, depending on which side you start it with. There's going to be a bolt down here and 1 up a little higher. Those are the last 2 bolts holding on your factory taillights. From there, we'll disconnect the harness here, pull the plug through the outside, and it'll be good to remove them. From here, you're going to disconnect the plug-and-play harness from your factory lights. That's going to follow right into this plug here. So you're going to pinch down this little clip at the top and pull back. That'll disconnect them. Now from here, your lights will start to get real loose. At this point, you can push back on their studs. They'll start to come out of place. You're going to have to unplug this harness here, which you can just pinch in on the sides and push it through the hole to the outside. From there, remove your taillights by feeding that wiring harness through the open hole. All right, now we can do that exact same process to the opposite side. Start on our 11mm bolts, move on to the harness, and remove them from the vehicle. All right, from here we can loosen up the taillights, unplug our harness, and push the plug through the open hole. So we got our factory taillights off the car and on the table, sitting next to our Raxiom dual halo LEDs. Now, as you can see, these are a drastic styling change from the factory taillights. Now, these are for the guys out there looking to stay with the factory look, who like that iconic tri-bar styling, whereas these are for the guys looking to stray as far away from factory as possible. Something that'll completely differentiate their Mustang from all of the other ones on the road. If that's what you're looking for, I can't think of a better fit than the Raxiom dual halos. These have that protruding 3D styling to the headlights. These have more of a flat plane, so right there is a completely different change. This has the tri-bar look. This is just a dual halo and nothing more. Now, those dual halos have state-of-the-art LED technology inside. They're bright, they're red, they're very effective at night, and they really give you a nice appearance change as far as the lighting goes. They do retain any sequential harness that you might have in your vehicle, whether it be factory or aftermarket, so it will rotate in a clockwise manner depending on the side here. It will also retain all turn signal functions, hazard light functions, obviously very DOT compliant. So this one has a gloss black frame around the housing, that texture black inside that'll be covered by your trunk lid, and it has clear red lenses. Now, a lot of guys out there might like this look, but maybe want a smoked version. That is also available for around the same price. You get the gloss black housing and just a smoke red lens around the edges that don't compromise visibility. The brightness of that state-of-the-art technology with the LEDs inside will be bright enough to shine through the smoked option if you go that route. Again, really cool option for the guys looking to go as far away from factory as possible. So without further ado, I want to get these installed on our Mustang. I just wanted to show you the clear difference side by side between the Raxioms and our factory lights. So let's get to it. So it's about time we install our new taillights here. Now, if you look at the back, the harness is the exact same in the same location with the same plug-and-play clip. The studs are also in the same location, so they'll go right into our factory pre-drilled holes where the taillights came out of. What we're gonna do is feed our harness through that open hole just like our factory one came out of, and use this rubber plug to plug it like the other ones did as well. The bolts will feed right through our pre-drilled holes, so let's get to it. All right, you pull that harness through and the rubber plug will clip right into place. We take our harness, all right, plug it into the harness in the vehicle. Now we're gonna take these nuts, feed them over the studs and tighten them down. All right, now we can do the same thing for the opposite side. All right, with our nuts back in place and both of them tightened down, all we have to do is put our trim panel back in place. We'll be good to go. All right, with our trunk closed, that's gonna wrap up our install here. So if you're the owner of a 2013 or 2014 Mustang, you might be looking for some crazy new taillights in the aftermarket world that look nothing like the factory lights to differentiate your Mustang from everything else on the road. If that's what you're looking for, the Raxiom Dual Halo LEDs might be for you. You can pick them up right here at AmericanMuscle.com.